Good morning. Welcome to this devotion. Phyllis and I, we made a long weekend of this last weekend that has just passed, and we spent the time together in the Natal Midlands, and I can tell you it was absolutely amazing. And we spent the time together just driving from one postcard place to another, and this place is so picturesque that you just left breathless with all the places you see. If you've been to Natal Midlands before, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This beauty of like a farm-like nature is really something that leaves you breathless. Later afternoon, we got back to our accommodation, and Phyllis and I, we were sitting in the cool of the evening. We met another couple. We're chatting. My little one found a group of kids his own age, and they were running around in this crowd of kids doing what little kids like doing. And in the cool of the evening, we were sitting enjoying it, and there was a sudden scream of pain coming from the kids. Obviously, it was a little boy. I said to Phyllis, "Don't worry, it's not ours," but I ran anyway to go and see if I could help. And as I started approaching the trampoline where all the drama was, all the kids were scattering all over the show. My little one, he was in two minds whether to run away with all the other kids or stop and help. And as I was coming closer, it was quite comical to watch him spin and go back and turn and come to until he spotted me, and then he made up his mind and came running to me. And so I picked him up and we headed over to the trampoline, and the poor little boy had a little cut on his head and he was bleeding in his face. And his parents were with him, and they were comforting him and trying to assess how big the cut was. It turned out to be a little cut, but you know what cuts are like on the head. They bleed all over the show. As I was walking back to Phyllis with the little 3-year-old, I asked him, "So why didn't you help the little boy?" And he looked at me like it was like, "Gee whiskers, didn't you see?" He said, "There was blood." And I realized that is probably the most blood he'd ever seen. And I assured him that to helping others is the right thing to do, even when there is blood all over the show. And it left me with that realization that blessings and battles, they're like cousins. Just when one moment you're sitting around with other people enjoying the cool of the evening, and the next moment there are poor parents stressed about this poor little boy with a cut on his head. But life's like that. Blessings and battles, they seem to follow each other so closely. It's as if they're related. And Jesus, when he was on earth, he experienced that. You know, one day Jesus got baptized and he heard the voice of God saying, "This is my son with whom I'm well pleased." And the next moment he's off to the desert to get tempted for 40 days. Near the end of Jesus' life, in fact, the last week that Jesus walked the earth, as a person, he arrived in Jerusalem, and the crowds were cheering him and worshipping him and putting palm leaves down for him to walk on as he entered Jerusalem. A few days later, Jerusalem was baying for his blood, screaming, "Crucify him, crucify him." And that's how we experience life, and that's how Jesus experienced life. This astonishment of blessings and battles that just seem to keep coming all the time. If you find yourself in one of those battles and you feel as if the whole world is against you, as if enduring this battle is all you've got left in life, get hold of some friends, get hold of family, get hold of your pastor and talk it through. Explain where your latest battle is, and then pray about what you are enduring. Remember, blessings and battles, they are cousins. They come at us in cycles. Enjoy the blessings and build yourself up. And when the battles come, endure them, knowing that Jesus also endured them, and that Jesus is with us as we endure them, giving us strength and comfort through each battle that we go. If you find yourself in this time of battles, I hope that the Spirit gives you the ability to endure that battle, and that sharing that problems and that battle you're having with friends and with family and with even your pastor, I hope sharing it actually makes you realize that the battle also comes to an end. But till we meet again, God bless.